Hello, students. We are going to start our first chapter, that is, last lesson. Alphonse Daudet is the writer here. The last lesson is written by Alphonse Daudet. He was a French novelist and short story writer. Formerly, he was a school teacher. Later on, he quit teaching and lived as a journalist in Paris. The last lesson by Alphonse Daudet is mainly about the longing to learn the mother tongue and love for it. He has a sense of patriotism. The Prussian rejected the freedom of people of Lorraine and Alsace to learn their own mother tongue. The colonizers took away the basic rights of people. The story is narrated by a French boy, Franz. He is lazy but sensitive and likes to play. He dislikes studying French and hates his teacher M. Hamel. After overpowering the districts of Alsace and Lorraine in France, Berlin has ordered that German language instead of French be taught in the schools there. So let's see the gist of the chapter. Franz is afraid of going to school as he has not learnt participles. He wants to enjoy the beauty of nature, the bright sunshine, the birds chirping in the woods, Prussian soldiers drilling, but he resisted. Bulletin board, all bad news, lost battle. The drafts and orders of the commanding officers, wondered what it could be now. The changes he notices in the school. Instead of noisy classroom, everything was as quiet as Sunday morning. The teacher doesn't scold him and told him very kindly to go to his seat. Franz started for school very late that morning. He was afraid of being scolded because M. Hamel was to question them on participles. And he did not know the first word about them. He thought of running away and spending the day out of the doors. The warm, bright day, the chirping birds, and the Prussian soldiers drilling in the open field behind the sawmill were tempting, but he resisted the temptation and hurried off to the school. There was a crowd in front of the bulletin board near the town hall. Watcher, the blacksmith, asked Franz not to go fast, as he assured the boy that he would get enough time to reach there. Usually, there was a great bustle when the school began, but that day everything was quiet as Sunday morning. Through the window, Franz saw his classmates already in their places and M. Hamel walking up and down with terrible iron ruler under his arm. Franz opened the door and went in. He blushed and was frightened. M. Hamel very kindly asked him to go to his place. M. Hamel said that it was his last lesson. Henceforth, only German was to be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master would come the next day. This was their last lesson of French. He wanted them to be very attentive. The teacher dressed in Sunday best. What do you mean by Sunday best? It means his best clothes, which he used to wear on special occasions like prize distribution and on inspection days. Villagers occupying the last benches pay tribute to M. Hamel for his 40 years of sincere service and also to express their solidarity with France. M. Hamel making the announcement that that would be the last French lesson realizes that that was what was put up on the bulletin board. Franz realizes that he doesn't know his own mother tongue, regretted why he had not taken his lesson seriously, also realizes the reason why teacher was dressed in his Sunday best and villagers sitting at the back. Hamel realizes that all three, the children, the parents, and he himself are to be blamed for losing respect and regard for their mother tongue. Always keep the mother tongue close to your heart, as it is the key to prison of slavery. Atmosphere in the class Teacher was teaching sincerely and patiently. Students and others were studying with utmost sincerity. Franz wonders sarcastically if Prussians could force pigeons to coo in German. Hamel, overcome with emotions, could not speak and wrote on the blackboard, "Long live France." Franz felt sorry that he had not learned his lessons properly. The idea that M. Hamel was going away made the narrator forget all about his ruler and how cranky he was. Now Franz understood why M. Hamel had put on his fine Sunday clothes and why the old men of the village were sitting there. They had come to thank the master for his 40 years faithful service and to show their respect for the country that was theirs no more. M. Hamel asked Franz to recite, but he stood there silent. The teacher did not scold him. He confessed that his parents and he himself, were at fault. Then he talked at class about French language. He said, French language is the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest, the most logical. He asked them to guard it among them and never forget it. Their language was the key to their prison. Then they had lesson in grammar and writing. The pigeons cooed very low on the roof. Franz thought, if they would make even a pigeon sing in German. All the while, M. Hamel was sticking motionless in his chair and gazing at one thing or the other. His sister was packing their trunks in the room above as they had to leave the country next day. After writing, they had a lesson in history, and then the babies chanted their Ba Baby Bo Boo. Even old Hauser was crying. All at once, the church clock struck 12, and then the midday prayers. At the same moment, the trumpets of Prussians, returning from drill, sounded under the windows. M. Hamel stood up. He wanted to speak, but something choked him. Then he took a piece of chalk and wrote on the blackboard as large as he could, Vive la France, which means long live France in French. After this, he stopped and leaned his head against the wall. Without a word, he made a gesture with his hand to indicate that school was dismissed and they might go. So, students, this was the chapter. I hope you have understood it well.